It's the news.
Welcome back to the news show.
It's not really a news.
It's not really the news
but
show.
This is something that's super newsworthy.
So, here's the thing.
And we need to talk about. We haven't talked about it yet. We don't know our thoughts on it.
We don't know.
And it's on topic ish with what we're going to talk about for the actual show.
But also hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
We are the B team.
That's Carl.
That's Brady.
And yes, so as you can tell from the title of this episode, we are here reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine. And I will say right off the bat, before we go any further, spoilers.
The hell out of this.
We are going to talk about this as if you were sitting in the theater right beside us, right behind us, in front of us, whatever. Like you've seen this film.
It's not on top of us, because then I can't see the film.
Right. And that's more of a weird Pete and Carl thing when they're watching Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't seen this film, bookmark it, download this episode so you can listen to it later. Yeah. Normally, I would also say, if you're someone who hasn't seen the film but you don't care about spoilers, then I listen anyways. No, not for this film. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, go see the film. But first, before we get into that,
big announcements.
We did axe our news show.
Yeah.
And there's
some sadness over it.
Well, and I said there's some sadness among the audience, but there's also there's times where I'm like, oh man,
we had fun with it. It was good times. I don't read like the little news articles, sciencey news articles that come across my phone. I don't read them near as much anymore. Like I used to read them a lot before the news show
because you had
and
a
I
purpose.
Doubled down on them before when we were doing them for the news show.
Yeah.
And now it's like the purpose is gone completely. Now the article has to be like really interesting for me to even open it.
And listen, the new show may totally come back at some point.
Maybe.
It just sort of depends on Carl's schedule.
Yeah.
If Carl's like, hey, I can commit to more a week, then we'll bring the new show back.
That might be a while.
It might be. He's got youngins and stuff like that. But I'm saying like, maybe our
600 episodes from now, maybe.
600. That's
I don't know.
It's like 7 years from now. But yeah, maybe who knows, right? But hopefully,
I have a 1-year-old.
Hopefully sooner. Now listen. All of that aside, there is one thing that Carl and I need to talk about. So
this is the
this past weekend was San Diego Comic-Con. And at San Diego Comic-Con,
there was a big reveal.
The studios that do nerdy films tend to do presentations.
Yeah, big presentations.
Hall H presentations.
Big announcements.
If you don't know what Hall H is, it is the end all. It's
the spotlight.
If you're going to do a presentation, you do it in Hall H.
Yeah.
Now, this year, Marvel was there. Now, Marvel wasn't there last year. Last year, Marvel was like, we're not going to come. We don't have anything to show. So this year, Marvel came back. Now, Marvel had a 1-hour time slot, was what was on the schedule. Our understanding was that Marvel had a 1-hour time slot. And Kevin Feige got up on stage and he said, today we're going to talk about 3 films. And I kind of thought to myself, this is a waste of time. Like, why are you guys doing this? Why even? I watched anyways.
Okay.
But I was thinking, this is a waste of time. First film they talk about, they talked about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right.
They talked about Fantastic Four a little bit. They brought the cast out on stage. And they talked about
Avengers.
But they talked about Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch. Yeah, I just looked at the reveal.
and technically Thunderbolts. They talked a little bit about Thunderbolts. Now, then out of the blue, the presentation went longer, and they talked about 2 more films. Now, there are some things Carl and I have been speculating for a long time. And that was Kang's out.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Kang needed to be out because nobody gives a shit. Marvel did a horrible job setting him up because he's just super killable. Ant-Man killed him. Ant-Man didn't just kill Kang. Ant-Man killed Kang the Conqueror.
The Kang that all the other Kangs that we know were afraid of.
Yes. And so we're like, the new Thanos, methinks not. And then it kind of seemed like Marvel had acknowledged that with the wrap-up of Loki Season 2, when now the TVA's literal job is to...
just monitor the multiverse.
Or at least they have a division that is specifically dedicated to dealing with Kangs.
Right.
And so we're like, oh, okay, so whatever. We don't, it's not a big deal. And then we theorized, well, okay, if Kang's out, who do you go to? We talked a little bit about Galactus. That seems like a big, and we're like, well, it's like we've introduced Celestials. We've introduced, and still just like Celestial Island sitting out there, and nobody's saying anything about it. But another name that came up was Doctor Doom.
Right, because they're doing Fantastic Four. And we know that they're doing Secret Wars, because the plan was Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars. And if you know anything about Secret Wars from the comics... the most recent Secret Wars
in the comics, Doctor Doom's kind of a quintessential
He is very essential.
He's kind of like the. And so we got 3 announcements. Number 1, we got the announcement that it is no longer Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. It is now Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, and Avengers Secret Wars.
Right.
Cool.
Good. We're changing direction.
Turn your ringers to silent.
I was waiting for a text. I got the text I needed. I just needed confirmation my daughter got home. All right, just shut up.
Oh, okay. And you're not pregnant again.
Yeah.
All right. The vasectomy took. Announcement number 2 we got was that, because the question was, well, who's going to
play
direct
Kang?
These?
Oh, direct.
Who's going to direct these? Because there was directors attached.
Still telling a long story.
Yes, there was directors attached, and we didn't know.
Get to the point.
We didn't know, like,
Your preamble is killing me.
Shut up. Directors were attached and then dropped off, and writers were attached and then dropped off, and there was a rumor going around about 2 weeks ago that the Russo brothers wanted to come back and direct the next Avengers, but that Kevin Feige had said no. That Kevin Feige just wanted to go in a different direction. Now, we got no confirmation of whether that was true or not, but that was a rumor that had been circling around, and some outlets were running with. Turns out that was bullshit, because Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors of Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, are returning to direct Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. To which I saw and I thought, okay.
Feels like a turn to back on brand.
Marvel's not dicking around.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right. Then they said... And a rumor had been going around. A rumor had been going around only for like 3 or 4 days leading up to San Diego Comic-Con that one specific person was going to play Doctor Doom. Now, it was a big rumor. I had sort of formed an opinion on the rumor. I didn't know
I didn't realize there was.
Okay, there was a rumor, and I didn't know how likely it was. But I was like, okay, interesting. That will be a deviation.
I think I'm pretty informed. Where did you see your rumor?
I will send you a link afterwards, dated pre-San Diego Comic-Con. Okay. And anyways, they're like, well, if we're going to use this character, one of the greatest characters in the history of Marvel, then we need one of the greatest actors in order to play that role. And they said, in order, or just to show you how anything can happen in this Marvel multiverse. Well, the multi's been getting worse, but the multiverse, we give you our Doctor Doom. And at that point, there's all these like stand-in Doctor Dooms on the stage, and they all clear out of the way, and one Doctor Doom who's dressed a little bit differently than the others, a slightly different costume. Not the costume.
No.
But
it's a Doom cosplay.
Just a Doctor Doom cosplay costume. Walks forward, flips down the hood, takes off the mask, and it's Robert Downey friggin' Jr. And the room erupts.
Right.
And if you, and to prove that it was a rumor ahead of time, some of the videos you'll watch, like cell phone footage in the audience, you'll hear people before he takes the mask off, people go, Robert Downey Jr., watch Robert Downey Jr., right? So like it was a thing. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU for at least 2 films. So at least the next 3 years, because it'll be 2 years before we get, it's 2027 and then 2028. 2026 and then 2027 for Doomsday and then Secret Wars.
Okay.
So
let's dive into the meat of this now, finally.
What are your thoughts, or do you want to know what I think?
I want to know what you think first. I've formed pretty clear opinions on this. You're not going to sway me, I don't think.
So this is what I think. I think it is obviously a deviation from the comics. And I think that fans will be, that some fans of the comics, some diehard fans, will be disappointed that it's not the story from the comic. And I acknowledge that. And I think that's perfectly valid. I don't necessarily agree. I would have also have liked to have seen the story from the, I don't know what that was.
I was trying to hold in a burp and it came out as like a snort.
Wow. I think it will, I've lost my train of thought. I too would have liked to have seen that.
A more traditional Doctor Doom story.
But I'm also okay with this. Now, there's a couple different ways they can go. Either it's just Victor Von Doom and Robert Downey Jr. is playing him.
Yep.
Or, and I think much more likely, is that Victor Von Doom, because they did say the words Victor Von Doom, that Victor Von Doom is a Tony Stark variant. I think that's far more likely.
Right.
In which case, there's several different explanations for what that could be.
Sure.
Either he changed his name, maybe Von Doom is their old immigration. Maybe Tony Stark's family 4 generations back immigrated from Latveria, and as many immigrants do when they came to North America, they changed their last name to Stark. Maybe he takes on the old family, like whatever, right? There's lots of different routes to go. I think this is brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to it for several reasons. One, now to see Earth's mightiest hero
become Earth's mightiest villain,
become Earth's mightiest threat,
right,
is huge. To see to see Robert Downey Jr. be the big baddie, to see the moment in Doomsday where Dr. Doom is unmasked and the Avengers are standing there going, Tony?
What the F?
Yeah, Tony? Right? Like, there's so much crazy storytelling potential that could happen here.
Right.
I've seen people online who have said, well, it's a bit of a stretch because Tony Stark, yes, one of the, like, I think a variant, it's basically, what if a variant of Tony Stark broke bad, right? Decided, I'm one of the smartest men in the world, I should be ruling the world, right?
Yep.
And people go, well, yeah, but Dr. Doom, it's a little bit more of like a magical thing. It's a little bit of a, I'm like, we're talking about the guy who in Endgame hunkered down for a weekend and solved time travel. You don't think that if he put his mind to it, right? Like
Right.
That to me is not a stretch. That doesn't bother me. I think he could figure that out, right? Maybe they tie it into the Doctor Strange stuff a little bit, right? Maybe he goes and in his universe, he trains in the same dojo thing that Doctor Strange trained in. Maybe whatever. Either way, I'm excited for it. I think this is a brilliant move. We knew he'd be back, and we were never quite content. I was a little bit okay with Tony had uploaded his consciousness and he's the new Jarvis, but everything else bringing Tony back kind of felt like a little bit of an undo, a little bit of a this doesn't. And I think that's fun.
Yeah. I have a lot of beefs with this.
Okay.
And I'm
kind of glad.
I'll start with the big one. Start with the big one.
Not because I want you to suffer, but because I'm like, well, okay, now let's play ball.
Some of the beefs are like most of the beefs have to do around like the essentially who is Doctor Doom, kind of those core ideals of who Doctor Doom is.
Yeah.
But the real big one is, and this is not a knock against Robert Downey Jr. and his ability to act, but why does it have to be Robert Downey? Like,
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, and in my mind, it shouldn't be. There's you said like he's to kind of tee off the reveal, like one of the greatest actors of all. Yeah, absolutely. But there are plenty of other amazing actors who could have pulled off that role.
Oh, for sure. But you can say that about anyone. Why Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man in the first place?
So to me, the only reason they called on Robert Downey Jr. and are writing a script around it being him, either masked the whole time and never being face revealed,
which I doubt they'll do.
Somehow, or being
variant.
Stark variant or whatever, Stark Reborn.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason they're writing a storyline around it being Robert Downey Jr.
floundering.
Is because they're floundering and Robert Downey Jr. will put butts in seats. And that is a horrible reason to write a storyline, in my opinion. Artistically speaking.
But if it saves the studio, then it's a smart move.
I don't care.
If it gets them back on track.
I don't like it. I think it's stupid.
Okay. All right.
In terms of like, let's throw out that argument altogether. We're stuck with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun to see.
The Stark variant.
Yes.
Right? Stark becomes Doom somehow by choice or whatever.
Changes his name.
There is a comic apparently where this happens, where he is Doom. I've got it. I've got it saved to my to watch list in YouTube.
Well, then done.
Where it's, I don't know, it must be, I think it's some kind of alter Earth or something. I haven't watched the video yet. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah.
But apparently
maybe it may change your tune.
I still think it's, I don't like this. I think this is a weak storyline. It's a crutch, really, what they're doing here. This is a crutch to try and get them back in right order with the fan base, in my opinion. But anyway, essentially the storyline, from what I understand, is something about Doctor Doom is still a real person, and Tony Stark is a real person, and they kind of mind body swap.
Oh, okay. They won't do that.
Early on in their life, like as young adults at university of super smart geniuses. And Tony Stark goes back to Latveria and kind of builds a Doom armor, and Tony Stark,
what if they
in mind Doom, is now a billionaire, becomes Iron Man, and they end up fighting.
What if they do that? And then, like, what if that's what happened in an alternate universe? That is their story that they end up doing. They're able to mind swap them back, defeat Doom, and now we have Tony Stark as Iron Man again. I'm not saying that's what they should do. I'm not saying I want them to do that.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I think it's a weak storyline. I don't like it.
But you don't know the storyline.
We jumped to my biggest crutch.
Yeah, but you don't know the storyline.
I don't know the storyline. But my biggest crutch of all is it doesn't, if in any way they link Doom to being some Stark or Stark variant or whatever, I think it completely hinders who Doom is as a character.
Why?
Because Doom is a broken man.
Yeah.
Because he's lost his mother, and he's delved into science and magic to fight Mephisto, essentially the devil, once a year to try and win his mother's soul back. And he's also wounded because Sue Storm chose Reed Richards, his best friend, over him.
Yeah.
And thirdly, he doesn't want to take over the world. He wants Latveria to prosper and be a healthy kingdom.
Wasn't there a storyline in the comics that was
like Secret Invasion, Secret Wars isn't Doom taking over the world. That's not Doom's motivation in Secret Wars. Yes, he does kind of rule a world of his own creation in Secret Wars, but it's not because he chose to do that.
Well, and I just said wants to rule the world. That doesn't mean that's where they're going.
But this is like what I'm like. This is kind of
like, I don't think they're going to do.
This is the mind of Doom, right?
Yeah.
Doom did it because different universes were colliding with each other. I forget the word that they used. They used it in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness right at the very end, that post-credit.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to do the Planet Doom storyline.
Like, I just feel like they're going to do... Doom is not going to get the treatment he deserves.
But here's a question. Here's a question for you. That whole backstory and arc and character development for Doom that you just gave us, why can't that be the Tony Stark story of another universe? Tony does lose his parents. What if in that universe he lost his parents real young?
He's not Latvian.
But what if his ancestors are? And because we don't know Tony Stark's heritage. So what if Tony Stark's heritage actually is several generations back, and then upon losing his parents, he goes back to Latveria, and that's the character arc that he goes on.
No,
it's still, but it can be. You don't want it to be, but it could be.
You're taking Doom's storyline and you're making reaches to make something work, which essentially is what Marvel. Now I'm being a little bit hyperbolic and casting my own aspersions here, but it feels like that's what MCU's doing by casting Robert Downey.
So here's the thing, though, right? So the thing about the multiverse is the multiverse is infinite.
True.
Right? There's an infinite number of universes, which by that logic, there is a universe out there where Peter Parker is Doom. There is a universe out there where Rocket Raccoon is Doom.
There are universes where Peter Parker was born in Latveria.
Right. So all they're doing is saying, a possibility. All they're doing is saying for our MCU, we're choosing that universe.
But that only kind of, in my mind, that only like hardens the case of why not somebody else? Just pick a different actor and not make it Stark.
Because they want to tell their own story. The story in the comics has already been done in the comics and animation, and they're like, we want to tell an original story. We want to be creative as opposed to just adapting.
You can be creative and tell your own story while still being true to the characters.
Either way,
just look at the first.
We got to move on.
First two phases of the MCU.
We're 20 minutes into what's already going to be.
I don't like it. You like it.
That's fine. We're already 20 minutes into what's going to be a long episode. So buckle up, because we're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. This is your final spoiler warning. Spoilers are going to commence in 3, 2, 1.
They don't die.
Chris Evans plays Johnny Storm. So we're okay. So let's do this. Let's start with initial impressions, shall we?
Sure.
My viewing experience was hindered.
Did the screen cut out?
No. So I went to.
Did somebody slap you in the back of the head?
So I went to go see it in the same theater that you went to go see it in. I don't know if it was the same auditorium or not.
The very back. No, that was a different movie. It was like I didn't watch the 3D one. So
I didn't either. I was in auditorium 7.
It would have been the same. It would have been the same then.
And I understand. I recognize that I've become a little bit of a movie theater snob, having lived in the city for a number of years, and having access to an IMAX and Dolby Atmos and laser projection and all of this stuff. Our theater was painfully quiet. The film was painfully quiet. It was... The image was fine. Duller than it should have been, but that's Cineplex cheaping out on their bulbs. But it was And it was weird because I don't think it was just a volume issue. I think it was an EQ issue because anytime music would play in the film, right? Like the Bye 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 by NSYNC or whatever else, the music sounded perfect, right? Volume, crisp, perfect. Any dialogue happening during the music or a lot of dialogue happening throughout the rest of the film, close to inaudible.
Really? I didn't have any. You're just a snob.
So not only was, well, even Brienne, who doesn't care about this stuff, was like, it's a little quiet. It was not only a little quiet, but it was a little muffled, like a little fuzzy. Like the dialogue wasn't as crisp as it should have been. And then there was like a moment where the music was swelling, I think like maybe right before the Deadpool and Wolverine fighting all the Deadpool variants.
Sure.
Where I could tell that like there's this like bassy music swell happening and the speaker in the front left-hand corner of the screen rattling away. I'm like, something's
wrong
blown.
with the speaker.
Something's screwed.
Maybe that happened after I watched it.
So I was so pissed. And
did you go and complain?
No, I didn't.
You could have. You got some free tickets.
But I wasn't going to get up partway through the film and walk out.
The end.
Yeah, I wasn't like, yeah. Anyways, it hindered it in the sense that there were one-liners from Ryan that I recognized were funny. I heard them, and they were funny, but I had to do so much like leaning in and concentrating to make sure I fully heard the line.
That's too bad.
That because I put so much work into it, I'm like, I'm not gonna laugh.
Not enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna laugh. Like it was that was
you're
funny.
pulled out of the moment.
I'm pulled out of the moment
because you had to do so much work just to hear it. Yeah.
So as a result,
it sucks.
I have tickets for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
To go see it in a city. In Dolby Atmos, Ultra AVX, 3D. But I'll tell you what, and I didn't initially want to see it in 3D, and I don't think 3D will add anything to it for me. However, about a year ago or whatever it was, when I went to go see Avatar 2, that was the first film in many years that I had seen in 3D. And it's come a really long way. Yeah. Like it's not near as nauseating as it used to be.
Well, and they don't, I mean, even when, or like years ago when Avatar 1 came out and they kind of restarted that 3D wave, very few films used it in that kind of old, early 90s kind of, 3D hand coming out of it. They used it just to kind of enhance depth.
Yeah, but some of them were just blurry and awful and still not good.
Well, that's because they were done after, they weren't shot with.
They were done in the 2000s and it was, Anyway. So anyways, all that aside, it's a good movie. And I sound like a broken record, but my God, what a time to be alive if you are a comic book fan. Deadpool and Wolverine are back on screen. Or are on screen together for the first time. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine. Michael Keaton played Batman 2 years ago. Michael Keaton's playing Beetlejuice. You just
won't let that go, will you?
Michael Keaton is playing Beetlejuice in a little over a month.
Just drop it, man. We know.
The Ghostbusters are still in. Like it's just a bonkers time to be alive as a movie fan. We haven't talked about this because we weren't around when the news show thing was. Peter Jackson is coming back to produce a new Lord of the Rings film directed by Andy Serkis. Right? Cool. Like called The Hunt.
I didn't know that.
Called The Hunt for Gollum. So he's back in the role.
Nice.
Which, if they're true to
it's going to be kind of like a in between the trilogies thing.
And if they're true to what happens during the storyline in the book,
Gollum is going to get tortured.
Not only will Andy Serkis be back as Gollum, but Viggo Mortensen will have to be back as Aragorn. Right? And Ian McKellen will have to be back as Gandalf. And it's just like, what a flippin' time. So it's a good movie.
He was looking old though.
You put the wig on him and everything else.
Yes.
It's
a lot of makeup.
It's a good movie.
Concealer, foundation.
It's a good movie. Shut up. It's a good movie. I think it's probably the funniest of the Deadpools. I don't know if I think it's the best Deadpool, only because and it could be like they're all kind of hovering right around the same line.
Right.
But that first one's just so damn good. Like the first Deadpool is just so good. So this might not be the best. It's a different type of film. They were going for something different. What I will say is, for the type of experience that they wanted to deliver, which is a rompy, fun action with a little bit of depth, some meaningful cameos. Nobody shows up in this film. Of all the cameos in this film, nobody shows up without narrative purpose, which is nice to see. Well, it looks like we're going to debate that. And it, so for the type of film for the type of experience that they were trying to deliver with this film, I think they did it perfectly. It's a different type of experience than the first two Deadpool films. It's a different type of experience than many MCU films. Is it the best MCU film? No. Is it the best? Is it in the top 5? I don't know. I'd have to put some thought into that. It might be, but that's not an immediate yes for me either. So there. I think that's my initial impression.
Those are your initial impressions.
What is your initial impression of Deadpool and Wolverine?
Is it fun? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it funny? Yes. I would agree that it's not the best Deadpool film.
Yep.
I would say narratively and kind of as a movie, it falls short a lot.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I feel like it falls short a lot.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it, like as a kind of a comic book fan and seeing all these kind of cameos.
Don't get me wrong. There's things I don't like.
Yeah, whether in these cameos, whether they're relevant to the story or not, are a lot of fun and they're great to see. And it's like a nerd's west and geek's wet dream. Like, so yeah. It's great. It's great in all those aspects. But I think as a film, it's got some flaws. I'm glad I seen it in the theaters still.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm like, it's a weird film kind of to kind of sit here and review, because like it's kind of on one hand, yay, and on the other hand, what the hell was that? So yeah.
So two things. One, so the story for why I'm going and seeing it again tomorrow night, not only for the better experience. Brianne and I went, and the plan was to go with Emily Mater, friend of the show, and her husband Aaron.
Right. Who's not a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show. and one of my best friends. And I was sitting around a fire with them the other night, Saturday night. And I said, I was like, so what's the plan? Am I buying 4 tickets? Am I buying 2 tickets? Am I buying 3 tickets? And Aaron said, well, it might be hard for us to, like, we have a babysitter for tonight. It might be hard for us to get a babysitter tomorrow night as well.
Right.
So it's likely that only one of us will be able to come. And I said, okay.
I need to get them in touch with my daughter. She can babysit.
So I said, okay. So I would love that, because there's a lot of times, Aaron, they can't come out to play.
My daughter's constantly asking me and my wife, when are you guys going to leave so I can babysit?
She likes babysitting. She make a little moolah.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, if that's the case and you can't get a babysitter, am I buying 2 tickets or am I buying 3 tickets? And if I'm buying 3 tickets, and I turned to Aaron's wife, Emily, and I said, do you want a night out? And she said, yeah, I do. And Aaron was like, oh, yeah, no, that's fair. That's right. And so Brianne, Emily, and I went to go see Deadpool. So Aaron still has not seen it. And I said, don't worry. I said, within the week, I'm going to want to see it again.
Right.
So then we'll go then. So we're going to go tomorrow night.
Nice.
So that's the story. I do want to hit on the records because this dropped today. Because we just had actually I guess it dropped
the box office
yesterday. We just had opening weekend. So opening weekend, Deadpool and Wolverine was projected to make $205 million opening weekend. It has made $211 million opening weekend, making it the sixth highest grossing. No, sorry, hang on. It makes it the highest by $75 million. Makes it the highest R-rated opening of all time by 75. They didn't just beat the record. They
eat your heart out, Showgirls.
It wasn't Showgirls. Have you seen Show? You haven't seen Showgirls. I've never seen Showgirls. Adding it to the list. I'm dead serious because I've seen it. Many times, 13 years old. Showcase, Friday night showcase after 10 p.m.
After mom is in bed.
Yep. Shouldn't have put a TV in my room. Not only is it the highest R-rated opening of all time.
There's so many jokes I want to tell right now.
Oh, dude, the L word, sex with Sue Johansson, the family business.
Your mom must have loved washing your socks.
I don't know what let's not go down that track. Okay. So not only is it the highest opening for an R-rated film ever, it is the sixth highest opening of any film ever. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And it's not a guarantee, but every film in the top 10 highest grossing opening weekends have all gone on to join the $1 billion club. Doesn't mean Deadpool and Wolverine will, but it basically means that it will.
There's some good juju there.
Now, these are the other records it's beaten. Are you ready?
Sure.
I'm going to ramble these off quick. Pay attention. Biggest global opening since the Avatar: The Way of Water.
Okay.
Biggest domestic opening for Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Beating Deadpool's $132.4 million.
Okay.
Biggest domestic opening for Hugh Jackman, beating 2006 X-Men's The Last Stand with $102.7 million.
Interesting. I figured he would have had something bigger, but I guess...
Biggest domestic opening for filmmaker Sean Levy, beating 2009's Night at the Museum Battle for the Smithsonian at $54.1 million. Highest July opening weekend of all time at the domestic box office, surpassing The Lion King with $191.8 million. Marvel Cinematic Universes is the highest grossing film franchise of all time. The MCU is the highest grossing film franchise of all time with $30 billion spanning 34 titles, which means they're averaging $1 billion a film, which is insane.
Yeah.
Which is ludicrous. It is the 34th consecutive MCU release to debut at number 1 at the box office.
That's not hard to believe.
Highest grossing domestic weekend of 2024 and highest since Spider-Man No Way Home in December 2021 with $26.1 million.
Also not hard to believe.
Or $260.1 million.
Been a pretty dry year.
Number 6 highest domestic of all time, which we talked about. 6th highest opening day at the box office. Number 4 highest superhero opening weekend of all time, behind Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Avengers Infinity War. Number 2 highest opening weekend for a third installment of all time, behind Avengers Endgame. As of this point, Walt Disney is responsible for 16 of the top 20 opening domestic weekends of all time, with the MCU responsible for 11 of the top 20. Walt Disney also owns 5 of the top 6 opening weekends of all time at the domestic box office. Highest opening weekend ever for a U.S. R-rated release, with 233 million or one.
That's a pin in their hat. I'm sure they really wanted
233.1 million international, surpassing Joker, which had 147 million. Highest opening weekend abroad since Avatar: Way of Water, and finally the highest opening weekend of 2024 in Germany, UK, Australia, and Japan, as well as many smaller markets. So they're breaking records.
It's doing good. Sure.
Breaking records and taking names.
It's not super hard to believe.
So let's get into this.
Sure.
Should we talk about the cameos?
Sure.
Let's start with cameos. So, Deadpool and Wolverine. IMDb.
Got a huge list there? Or are you just going to go down IMDb?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first up is Happy Hogan.
Right.
This was not on anybody's radar.
No. It's not hard to believe.
It's not hard to believe that he popped up. It makes sense. It's a fun scene, and it serves a narrative purpose.
To the story, yeah. It's a little confusing, though.
It is a little confusing the way they do it, because it's an alternate universe.
He's like, is he time jumping still? Does he still have the watch while he's doing this?
Well, but it'd be universe jumping, because it says Earth 616. Like, that's happening.
It says Prime Timeline or whatever. What do they call it? Sacred Timeline.
Right.
But like, up until this point, Deadpool wouldn't be Sacred Timeline.
No.
So he's definitely using the watch to get to the Sacred Timeline to talk to Happy Hogan.
I guess.
But they don't allude to that.
No. So that's because it seems to happen when, like, based on the way the conversation goes, it sounds like Tony's still alive during this conversation.
Yeah, which is another. I caught that too.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, yeah.
Because he's like, where's the big man? Like, blah blah blah.
Because you've seen this more recently than I, so some of this is going to be memory jogging for me.
So that seemed.
But I remember being like,
odd.
What? He's okay. Yeah.
We have the next and my favorite cameo. Possibly my favorite joke and my loudest audible reaction in the theater is Chris Evans, who we all like when Chris Evans shows up, because he's got this shawl on, but you can see blue underneath.
Yep. It looks like he's wearing
and he's got the haircut and he's got whatever. We're all like, oh, dude, there's a Captain America variant in this. That's cool. Cool. Mm-hmm. Cap's in this.
Yeah.
And he goes, he's like, oh, you're not going to like what happens next. And Deadpool's like, oh my God, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. Avengers. And then Chris Evans goes, flame on. And I was like.
That was really funny.
I was like 7 years old. Yeah. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. That was funny.
That made me so happy.
I would say narratively, it's not a necessary cameo. You get a little bit of exposition from him, but it's exposition that could have been given from anybody.
Yeah, it helps us set up. It helps set up Cassandra Nova's powers a little bit, just how powerful and what she's capable of. It also makes more sense than a Chris Evans cameo, because the film is so Fox characters centric.
And I'm not saying I dislike this cameo. I think. Because you're like, especially in a universe time hopping film like this, you're gonna get cameos.
Yeah.
Right. I think this one's good. They play it for a really good laugh.
Yeah.
And both here and waylaid a little bit now and at the very end of the film too.
Yep.
But
so that was good.
So I like this cameo. Yeah.
We have Daphne Keane as Laura /X-23.
Yes, this one was good.
This was so good, especially for two reasons. One is because she fights the exact same way. Like she's got this like animalistic kind of aggression fight, and she put on the same damn sunglasses, the same pink sunglasses, and I was like,
well, oh. and it ties like. Deadpool finds out his universe is going to get destroyed.
Yep.
So he's like, Prime Wolverine is what's holding my universe together. I need to go get a Wolverine. So he goes to find old man Logan from Logan because he's like, Logan can't die. He's got healing factor. Yep. They just think he's dead, but he's not. Digs him up. It's a skeleton. Big fight. But so it kind of, lore that kind of ties Laura back into the film again. It's a little bit of a foreshadowing,
which is, by the way, the best. It is the best. It might not be the best Deadpool film. It is the best Deadpool film opening. Like the fact that he digs up the skeleton from Logan, from the film Logan, and then fights using Logan's remains.
Yeah.
That was great, especially because he's like, so I bet you're wondering how we're going to how we're going to do this movie without disrespecting the film Logan. Well, the answer is we're not. And and the next shot is him like digging in the grave.
Yeah. Ting.
Yeah. Ting.
He's dead. Shoot. But it was a fun fight scene, but there were several times I was going, blunt objects don't go through people like that. I don't care if they are adamantium. It was
a comic book film. It's a Deadpool film.
It was fun. It was a really entertaining fight scene, especially with the dancing stuff thrown in there. But it was a little thing. It was a little thing that kind of every once in a while I was just like, that's not how that works.
Well, it also showed the strength of Wade, because Wade hurls that body up out of the grave, or the skeleton up out of the grave, and I'm like,
but Wade doesn't have super strength.
But aren't those remains like 350 pounds or something?
I didn't even think of that.
It's like heavy.
That would be a very heavy skeleton.
Yes, because we see in the shall not be named X-Men Origins Wolverine, when he sits down on that old guy's chopper, and the suspension on the bike like sinks right down, and he's like, "Oh Lord, you're heavy, son."
Yeah, adamantium's not a light metal.
We have
aluminum.
We have Jennifer Garner as Electro, which we knew.
Yeah,
we knew this was going to happen.
Well, we didn't know. It was a rumor, was it not? Like Halle Berry was as much a rumor as she was.
No, I think we had more confirmation of Jennifer Garner. Yeah,
I didn't like it.
No. How come? She's in great shape.
She is. She did a great job reprising her role as Electra. My issue, and shout out to Tim DeArmond, who I watched the film with, I think Tim raised a great point. Electra would not last that long in that big end fight scene. She would have, like, she is legitimately just a really well-trained human being.
Yes. She has no powers.
She would have...
Yeah, she doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with Tim on this. She would have died really quick.
Well, whatever. We have really surprising. I didn't hear any rumors about this, and I certainly didn't expect to see it. Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Yeah. And the next guy who I hope you're going to talk about in that kind of team up as well.
I had never
seen... Yeah, Wesley Snipes. That was a surprise.
I've never seen, and this is about to...
Seeing him walk into that cave was like, oh my God.
And he's older now, and so he wasn't as bulked. He's not as big, but Wesley Snipes is an older guy, so he probably couldn't hit the gym in the same way. And I know this is about to end up on a list. I've never seen any of the Blade films, and so it didn't mean anything really to me. That is
definitely going on our to-watch list.
Like, I knew who he was. I knew right away. I recognized the cameo, and I understood the significance, but it didn't ring any nostalgia bells for me. I wasn't like, oh my God.
Blade is where Ryan Reynolds got his superhero start.
I know. I know. And the feud, which they...
And it wasn't a very good Blade film, but he got to start
and they Blade Trinity. And they had a feud, which they reference in this film. So famously, Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes did not get along at all on set and had a big feud, which is why there's a line where Deadpool says to Blade, "Yeah, but you've never liked me." Right? Like there's little things on the nose like that, which he also does for our next cameo, where he says, I can't remember what the character says, but then Wade says something to the effect of like, have you been, or have we always just talked about it, but you never really were, or something?
Yeah.
And that's Channing Tatum as Gambit.
And they hit that nail on the head a few times.
And so for those
that joke about him not actually getting a show.
Yeah. So for those, well, and I also love, harking back to the Blade thing, I also loved when he's like, you're the only Blade there'll ever be. Which is a jab at the fact that this Mahershala Ali Blade just keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed.
There was a Blade TV show, like a one-season
there was a
TV
Blade,
show.
Yeah, but it was still a funny joke.
It was. No, it was. I didn't realize there was a TV show.
So for those who don't know, Channing Tatum was set to play Gambit in like the Fox X-Men universe, solo, his own thing. Sort of rebooting Gambit from the one that we saw in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And he was really, really captaining, captain? No, what's the word? When someone is...
Helming, pushing for?
No.
He was pushing for it.
Yeah, but I got to know the word. It's the same thing Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Where he was really...
pushing for it.
No, but that's not the word.
It's not the word, but that's what you're looking for.
No, wow,
that's what the word means.
No, but it doesn't
Let's
fully...
just move on.
Right, but it doesn't capture the... No, hang on, but it doesn't capture the
We're not going to sit here for 10 minutes trying to figure out what word you're looking for.
No, but you're delaying me figuring it out. He was championing. He was really championing...
I helped you figure it out.
This role. No, you didn't. You hindered. This role. And was pushing to get it done and was, had his heart set on it. And there were some delays, and then it didn't happen, and then it didn't happen, and then the Fox X-Men universe essentially crumbled, right? Because Disney bought Fox, and it just kind of now it's not going to happen.
It actually, the Fox universe did a soft reboot with the younger X-Men, and then and it kind of shafted any kind of building from that old timeline. Yeah. And that's what killed his movie.
So it was good to finally see, that just felt poetic.
Yeah. And the costume looked like comic book accurate.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know if that was kind of the accent and kind of vocal mannerisms he was going to use in the film, but they were bad. I could barely understand what he was saying. That is the vocal accent and the mannerisms from the animation. It's not, because I can understand the animation. Okay, he did it a little further, but it is the accent. X-Men 97, I can understand every word Remy LeBeau says. But whatever the hell Channing Tatum was doing, I understood a third of it. But I think that was the point, right? Because Wade comments on that. He's like, I don't know what you're saying. I hope it was. Yeah, and he wouldn't have played it for the gag. Yes, because so obviously it wouldn't have been that. But hopefully it wouldn't have been that thick. No, obviously we'll never get to know. Well, no, obviously it wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have released a whole film where you can't tell what the guy's saying. Dark Knight Bane. But you can understand what he's saying. They corrected it. You can understand what he's saying. Better off. Dark Knight Batman? Dark Knight Batman. Dark Knight series, period. Geez. Yeah, we're hating on it, Pete. Yeah. So it was good to see that, and it was just fun. And you could tell that, look, I don't know, maybe they will go on to use Channing Tatum as the MCU's Gambit. I don't know. They very well could now. Yeah. But even if they don't, you could kind of tell, I think, that Channing was playing this role
as if he knew this might be the only time I get to actually do this.
It was very much kind of like with all the cameos.
He put his heart into it.
It's throwing the fans a bone.
Yes. We very briefly had, and I have to find the actor's name here. We had Tyler Mane as Sabretooth. Yeah. This is a one and done fight. This is
one of the ones I'm like, what was the point?
This is the Batman and Executioner fight in Batman Arkham Origins, where it's a one punch takeout.
Yeah. I don't like this one.
No?
No.
I think it was fun to see him.
It was fun, yeah. And like all the cameos that I don't like, I agree. It's fun to see them. But what purpose did it serve narratively?
Yeah, fair.
Nothing.
Fair.
Nothing. Ooh, this is your brother. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shh, head's gone. Overdone with.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
We had Aaron Stanford as Pyro.
Right.
Which I liked, and it was good to see him back. The only thing that like I find unfortunate is I think the average movie-going audience is not going to make the connection because it's been so long and he's aged and he's considerably like he looks and sounds different now that I don't think they'll realize that is Pyro from the original X-Men films, from X2.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was fun to see him nonetheless.
Yeah. It was, and I mean, and this, like, man, maybe I'm too nitpicky with some of this, but his narratively isn't super necessary either. Like, I get
he helps undermine some things. He's the connective tissue. He's the plot device that moves a couple of things.
They utilize. I will agree that they utilize his cameo effectively, especially to take out Johnny Storm.
Yeah. We have Ray Parker as Toad.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Who's like
blink and you miss it. No like, speaking line.
No speaking line. We don't ever get even a close-up.
That's okay.
So
it's fine.
It's like, yeah.
There's a couple here that I don't actually think are cameos. Like Dopinder's in this. Yukio is in this.
No, these are
Colossus is in this.
I would say Shatterstar.
Hang on, we're getting there.
One that doesn't make any sense.
We're getting there. Shatterstar.
Yeah, Shatterstar is the guy with the white jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah,
and the long hair.
Yeah,
he dies in the second one.
Yeah,
I think. Like why is he back? Like having. What was his name? Pete? No.
Peter.
Peter back makes sense because we see Deadpool go back to save Peter, but we don't see him go back to save anybody else. And if Shatterstar's there, where's everybody else? Like it would have made more sense to have Domino there than Shatterstar.
Yeah. We have Wunmi Mosaku as B-15 from the Loki series, who now is running the TVA. And you know what one's not on this list? We have more to hit. Where? And now I've just gapped who I was thinking of. Maybe it'll come to me. We have... Now, okay, so here's the thing. Juggernaut is in this, but it's not a Juggernaut we've seen before.
No.
Because the actor who played Juggernaut in X-Men 3, X3 The Last Stand, passed away. Which is too bad, because what this film needed was, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Right.
Like, that would have been great.
Yeah, and you can't use the other Juggernaut from Deadpool 2, because he would have just wrecked everybody.
He would have just wrecked everybody, right? Now, here's some blink and you miss it cameos. We have Henry Cavill as the Cavalrine.
Right. This I liked.
Yes.
This was
because
beautiful.
This was acknowledging an online rumor that Henry Cavill will be the new Wolverine.
Yeah.
What they should have also had at some point in that montage was Daniel Radcliffe.
Right. Yeah.
Zac Efron.
A lot of them should have been
Taron Egerton.
other actors.
Yeah.
Would have been fun.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
The other really fun thing about the Cavill bit was the Mission Impossible nod.
Yes.
With the claws. Instead of like popping them at the same time, he does like the shotgun fist that he does in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that was
like,
good.
Oh, as soon as he did that, I was like, yeah.
We have, in voice alone, we have Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, voicing Lady Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. A lot of people speculated that it was going to be Taylor Swift. That was a lot of people also thought that Taylor Swift might show up in the film as Dazzler. Obviously, Dazzler is not in the film.
Nope.
Nor is Taylor Swift.
Nope.
However, we were joking on the way home. So Emily Mater, friend of the show, is a big Swiftie.
Super big Swiftie.
And I said, you know what? The only thing that could have been better, because it being Blake is poetic and makes sense and it's fun.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have been better is if it were Taylor, we got a mask off shot and they had done Taylor up in the burnt face Wade Wilson. Yeah. That would have been really just good sport kind of, whatever. Now also in voice alone as Headpool, the floating zombie head is Nathan Fillion.
Oh, is that Nathan Fillion?
Which is a really smart cameo because in the Santa Clarita Diet, he plays a zombie head.
Does he really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting down to like who played the Pools.
As Cowboy Pool, we had Matthew McConaughey.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And those are kind of the big ones.
There is one more.
Okay.
It's if you're on IMDb? Mm-hmm. You got to go back up to Dance Pool.
Dance Pool.
Where is he? He's early in the list. Where'd he go?
Dance Pool. I don't have Dance Pool on my list.
There he is.
Hang on. Like between who and
I
don't know who that is.
I thought he was. Oh, sorry. This is my bad. I thought he was somebody, and he's not.
Well, I mean, he's somebody.
He's somebody.
He's somebody's.
He's somebody
son.
to somebody. For a second I thought he was like one of the Backstreet Boys, but he's not.
Oh, okay. All right.
He looks like he could have been a Backstreet Boy.
So there we have it. Those are the cameos.
Oh, Toad wasn't played by.
No, there seems to be some disagreement on this.
Daniel Romero.
Because a couple of days ago it was on IMDb, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and now it's not again.
Played Toad, apparently uncredited.
I don't know. Yeah, so maybe it wasn't Ray Parker.
The Russian was who's a Punisher villain. He would have been the big beefy dude in the red and white striped shirt.
Yeah, but again, not played by the one from the Thomas Jane.
Not played by Kevin Nash.
No.
Which is disappointing because Kevin Nash is still alive and he's still a big dude.
Yeah.
And it would have been a much funner nod.
Yeah.
And he would have done it.
So there we have it. Now, the things I like about this film.
Oh, you missed one.
Who'd I miss?
You missed Peggy the dog.
Okay.
Dog pool.
So the things I like about this film.
That's an important one. And some dude played Bob, too.
And also not on this list. So Kid Pool and Baby Pool were rumoredly played by two of Ryan Reynolds' kids.
Like the voices? Yeah.
And one of the Deadpool variants was played by Tom Holland's younger brother, Harry Holland.
Okay.
Just fun little, whatever.
Sure.
Things that I like about this film. It's nonstop fan service.
Yeah.
Right? Especially like the moment
I'd agree. Yeah.
The car fight between Deadpool and Wolverine is fantastic, right? The head bash into the radio, and then The Greatest Showman is playing, and then the head bash again, and it's Grease Lightning from the Grease film. And that fight's so good because there's no consequences, right?
Yeah.
You can get as graphic, you can get as graphic and nasty and brutal as you want, and nothing like you don't have to pay for the consequences, right? So that's amazing. It wasn't in the trailers, but seeing Wolverine's cowl, was great.
The joke he pulled out there too, like you pulling that out now?
Does he only use that for special occasions? It's like mostly for killing. yeah, that's great. The whole fight sequence of them fighting the Deadpool variants. And just how especially when Wolverine gets up onto that bus and the windows are just getting redded out with blood.
Yeah.
And then it pans around to the back of the bus and you get the dual shot of Wolverine and Deadpool, like slow motion jumping out of the back window together. Like there's just so many great things about it. There's really only two things that irk me about this film. Number one is the whole concept, and I understand why it's there because you needed a reason to go find Logan and for everyone to care. But this whole, what do they call it? Anchor beings?
Yeah, that's what it's a new MacGuffin to the MCU.
It's a new MacGuffin, and it's
MacGuffin. Like we went all through two seasons of Loki, and anchor beings were never
no
mention
of this. Which doesn't mean, like, maybe there was just, like, ultimately there was no reason to mention it before, I guess.
Maybe it's a new thing because maybe it's like a new thing the TVA is keeping an eye out for because they're not pruning branches anymore. They're like monitoring and
maybe it never mattered before because we were just getting rid of them because they weren't a part of the sacred timeline. Right. I don't know. So that got me. The other thing was, timeline-wise, some things don't make sense.
Right. Okay.
In that this film establishes, or does it establish? Yes. That the reason why Deadpool's world is coming to an end
is because there isn't a Wolverine.
Is because Logan dies in Logan.
Right.
However, which suggests that that's the same universe. And during the time of Logan,
there are no X-Men.
There is no Colossus. There's no Deadpool. There's no, like, the mutants are all gone.
Right. Yeah.
And the world looks very different.
I never even thought about that.
That's a real issue.
Yeah. That's a big problem.
Unless I'm missing something, and maybe
that's a huge issue.
When I watch it tomorrow night, I'll be like, "Oh no, I misunderstood," and it would be something just to keep an eye poorly out explained.
But I think that's it. Like, a Wolverine is gone, and it's an anchor being, and like, I don't think they give another reason for their Wolverine not being there.
No. Because he goes to get his universe's Logan, and it's Logan from Logan.
The only thing I could think of is, like, audio media. You can't see what I'm doing. Sucks to be you guys. But I'm holding my fingers up, and my left finger is...
Bet you wish this was a video episode now.
Yeah, is Deadpool, and Deadpool is at his birthday party.
Yeah.
Right? And
wearing a
he goes from the TVA forward in time to get Wolverine where he's dead.
But then why would...
So Wolverine's alive at this point in time, but the TVA is picking him up at this point in time for whatever. I don't know why they don't pick him up later in the timeline.
Deadpool's universe wouldn't be at risk yet.
I don't know. Maybe that's the best time they have to go get him.
Right. So I don't... which then also makes it messy because the Logan Wolverine is the same Wolverine from... Wait, no. Okay, hang on.
They want to recruit a Deadpool in his prime, not
okay,
a Deadpool
wait. So some of this makes
years
sense.
from now.
Some of this makes sense because I was going to say, well, that also makes it messy because Logan's timeline is the same timeline as X-Men Origins Wolverine, in which we already had a Wade Wilson, we already had a Deadpool.
Yeah.
However, no, because Logan's timeline is the timeline after it was reset in Days of Future Past.
Right.
Rewritten, right? So, okay. So that works.
Yeah. It's still really kind of messy and not great storytelling. Yeah. I would,
but maybe not.
Yeah.
I will take a look and then I'll report back when we do our review of The Conjuring 2.
Sure.
Next week.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Woo!
Yippee.
Woohoo! So that bothered me. But specifically the anchor beings, because I was just like, well, you just pulled this out of your ass, huh?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
What stood out for you? Like, talk to me about this film.
Like, okay. Are we tearing it apart? Is that what we're doing now?
I mean, I could drop. So I have a hot take that I don't know when to drop.
I would say my biggest beef with this film.
Okay.
I have two really big beefs.
Yeah.
I'm going to save one for the very end because you're not going to.
One is that RDJ is back as Doom.
Well, that's not part of this movie.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Different beef.
It's part of the movie.
Yeah,
right?
different beef.
Prime rib. The one you're not. You might not have the same beef. You're not even going to connect with it.
Is it the shoulder pads?
But anyway, it's Cassandra Nova.
Okay.
She's such a weak villain. And narratively,
she's pretty powerful.
What's her as a character? Yes.
Yeah.
But like, what the hell's her motivation? Aside from like I rule the end of time. Like what? She's
addicted to power.
Like, but I don't know. She
feels abandoned. She feels neglected, which is what makes that line from Logan so brilliant when he's saying, if Charles knew about you, he would have torn a hole in the universe to get you and bring you home.
And then she goes to destroy the universe anyway. Like
she's damaged.
She's not, I don't know. She's I found the way they portrayed her and her motivations very unconvincing and unpersonally. It doesn't unbelievable. Like I don't know.
The film falls into the same trope that a lot of MCU films or superhero films in general fall into, which is they didn't give the villain enough to do. Yeah, they didn't give them enough character building.
There was a lot of potential to do something really cool with her.
Yeah.
And she was just uninteresting. Her motivations were uninteresting or captivating.
She's probably not dead.
I didn't care.
She may return
about anything she was doing or threatening. It's just, and maybe part of that was the nature of the film just being kind of like one big gag,
right?
And that is like, there's no threats here,
yeah,
right? Like
she may return because like, if Logan and Wolverine or if Logan and Wade walked out of that, then there's no reason to think Cassandra didn't also.
Well, except the fact we saw her get shredded and it exploded into little itty bitty particles of space-time dust.
Yeah, but I mean,
but there are other Cassandra Novas out there potentially.
There's infinite.
But like, I don't know. She was a very unconvincing antagonist,
right?
And to me, that really kind of hurt the movie because without a convincing antagonist, your protagonists are on a pointless journey.
Right. Do you know what? I just had this weird epiphany. Infinite is always infinite no matter what.
Okay.
Well, because I was like, well, yeah, there's infinite universes that have Cassandra Nova in it. And then I was like, well, unless there were some universes in which Charles, I was like, except for the universes where Charles successfully killed her in the womb. And then I was like, But even factoring in the universes where Cassandra Nova doesn't exist, there are still infinite universes. Is weird.
It's a paradoxical theological discussion there.
Yeah, infinite is always infinite. Yeah, sorry.
Anyways,
what's the other thing you don't like?
Why is he hating on Honda vans? What's wrong with the Honda Odyssey? I've owned 2 of those things, and they are great. Screw you, Ryan Reynolds.
It's just funny.
Screw you, Deadpool.
It's just funny.
It's a great van.
It's just a funny
Make
gag.
fun of a different van that sucks.
It's just a great gag. Yeah. I have a hot take, and I don't know when to drop it.
Drop it.
I think this is the last Deadpool
Just drop
film.
it. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's the last Deadpool film. I think it's definitely the last time. I think Hugh Jackman's done.
Oh, Hugh Jackman's definitely done.
Yeah.
He's definitely not coming back. Last Deadpool.
Now, listen, I don't think this is the last time we'll see Deadpool. I think he will show up in films where Ryan Reynolds can just show up, put the costume on, and act.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Deadpool will be in Secret Wars.
I would love to see Deadpool take the... Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is the perfect character
Yep.
to take the place. And I don't know if I've said this before on this show, but I know I've talked to other people
Of Stan
about
Lee.
it. Take the place of Stan Lee and those like 1-bit cameos.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of... You always looked forward to seeing how is Stan Lee going to show up.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee always showed up as different people. It was
Yep.
never the same character, right?
Yep.
And it was always just a quick throwaway line or scene or character, just delivering a pizza or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I think Deadpool, like, showing up, like, the Avengers are, like, debriefing after the first act fight. They're like, oh, man, we got our butts kicked. We need to rally. What do we need to do? Ah, man. And then Deadpool's like, ding dong. Hey, I got a pizza, guys. You need some help? And they're like, take the pizza, and they give him $5. Go away. We don't need you. Like,
Yeah, see, that could be funny.
Yeah. Like, I think.
But that would just leave you always wanting more Deadpool.
I think, like, you could integrate him in. I said that really weird. Integrate him into other films where he has more of a role.
Yeah.
But I think, like, in most of the films, he just shows up as a real
cameo
quick bit for a quick laugh.
But I think it's it because
Bit of
it's interesting because this film, so Ryan Reynolds, like him and Hugh have been making the press junket rounds around the world, right?
Yeah.
They're appearing on this talk show, on that talk show. They've been pushing
this so freaking hard.
They guest hosted for Jimmy Kimmel for a week. They did a Hot Ones together.
Hot Ones. They did something with Gordon Ramsay.
And his daughter. Yeah.
Like,
but there was one where someone asked Ryan, like, so are you gearing up for, you like brainstorming now for Deadpool 4? And Ryan Reynolds said, oh God, no. He said, I think if I were to do another Deadpool film, my wife and my children would divorce me. Because it's like a 3-year, because he's writing, producing, acting.
He's fully involved.
It consumes his life.
Yeah.
And so I think he's done.
Yeah.
Doing full-on Deadpool films.
I don't think his soccer team will move up another division if he does that.
What's also really interesting is the fact that when this film ends, yes, Deadpool and Wade Wilson are now a part of the MCU, but they're not a part of the Sacred Timeline.
No.
They're not a part of Earth 616. They go back. He saves his universe.
Yeah.
And is living happily in it.
Yeah.
He's going to go back to banging Vanessa because they've kissed and made up.
Yeah.
Well, they're holding hands.
Along with a bunch of...
But you know what that leads to.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
It leads to touching feet.
What? Leads to bumping uglies. I don't...
What's ugly?
What? I've seen you naked.
I guess Deadpool's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
Bumping one ugly.
But yeah, so... Yeah. So it's interesting, which is a shame because I want more Deadpool.
I think I'm good.
But there's the game. It's tricky though, right? Because the thing becomes, how do you, if you put Deadpool in, no, it could work. I was gonna say the issue is if you put Deadpool in Secret Wars, all of a sudden this needs to be a PG-13 Deadpool.
No.
Well, yeah. You can't have him dropping F-bombs.
You can do Deadpool without dropping F-bombs.
No, but that's what I'm saying, right? He would be PG-13.
Yeah.
But then I realized that's not an issue.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You would have to do a PG-13 Deadpool.
I thought you were saying like you can't do it unless he is dropping it.
No, you can. Yeah. And ultimately, and some people are going to disagree with this, and I don't care, go to hell. The Deadpool films, I'm glad they're not, but the Deadpool films themselves could have been, you could have done Deadpool PG-13 from the beginning. I'm glad they're not.
There's animated shows and animated short feature films that go kind of direct to DVD, Marvel's stuff.
Yeah.
That I've seen that have Deadpool in them, and I would argue Deadpool is a more interesting character in those than he even is in some of these Deadpool.
Well,
movies.
because when you're beholden to PG-13, you're required to write even smarter.
Yeah.
Even funnier.
Yeah.
And because you can't just drop a funny F-bomb.
Jokes are funnier than dirty jokes.
Oh, 100%.
Because you got to be smarter.
100%. Now, a well-placed F-bomb is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I've always said, too, like, I think...
We got it from Peter Quill.
You know what's...
That was a great little bit from Guardians of the Galaxy.
You know what's even funnier than a well-placed F-bomb? A well-placed censor beep.
Yeah.
Like, something about a sensor beep is really funny to me.
That's why R2-D2 is hilarious.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. What else? What do you really... So you've harked on it. What was amazing for you? There's two things left I want to talk about, so don't let me forget.
Minus the Electra cameo.
Yep.
The cameo of Blade and Gambit were like... awesome for me.
Yep.
I was like, holy crap, this is great.
Yep.
Electra, okay, that's cool.
Yep.
It's Electra. Like, if you would have swapped Electra for Halle Berry Storm, that would have been so cool.
Yep.
That would have been mind-blowing. And then X-23.
I kind of wish Ben Affleck had walked through the door as Daredevil. And then just maybe died instantly or whatever.
Or at least make some jokes about it the way they did Punisher.
Right.
Like, I loved how they kept playing little jokes. Like, where'd you get that thing? It was Punisher's. It pulls out the rocket launcher.
Yeah. Or the jokes with Henry Cavill where it's like, we will treat you so much better than the shit dicks down the street.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That was amazing.
I really liked... the Wolverine montage.
Let's talk about that because that's one of the things I want to talk about.
Comic size accurate Wolverine. So let's
talk about that.
5 foot nothing.
So let's talk about that because that scene I think is genius because
so good.
In that moment.
Oh my gosh, they made you accurate.
Because in that moment, what I think makes that scene so brilliant is in that moment. Every single comic fan, internet whiner who has ever been complaining about wanting the comic accurate Wolverine on screen, in that scene, in the course of 2 seconds, felt like a stupid piece of shit.
I would say that yes and no, because they made that Wolverine way shorter than comic book accurate Wolverine.
He's like 5'1".
He's like comics. Up to the waist. He's barely he hops off that bar stool and the bar stool is taller than him.
No. Short Wolverine. I'm going to pull up a picture of it. Short Wolverine.
Oh. The Madripoor Wolverine. What's the name he goes by again when he goes?
Patch.
Patch. That was really cool. I like that.
Yep.
Oh, the other two. Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Yeah.
Was super cool. I was waiting for him to pop his. So the stub.
Yeah.
His claws still work in the stub.
Yep.
So in the comics, the reason he doesn't have a hand there is because Cyclops blew it off. But the stub, his claws weren't popped when it happened, so he's still got claws there, which is a big reveal in the comic, the original Age of Apocalypse line, because near the end of that story arc, he pops the claws from there as like a surprise, bitch, gotcha.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I was waiting for him to pop his claws when he started beating up on Deadpool. And then I don't remember what comic it's from, but it's like an iconic image
of him on the cross, the crucified.
Yeah, the crucified Wolverine. That was pretty crazy to see that.
How tall is Wolverine in the comics? He is 5'3".
Yeah. So like I'm 6 foot. So you knock a foot off me, that's like my chest.
Yeah.
Right. That's not as he was way shorter than that in the movie.
How tall is Hugh Jackman? So Hugh Jackman's 6'2".
So he's only got 2 inches on me.
He's got 2 inches on you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the thing right now.
You're going to go watch it tomorrow. Pay attention tomorrow.
I'm looking at it right now.
Let's see. You got a picture of it?
Where to go?
Oh,
that guy's 5'3".
He's as tall as the stool. He barely comes above the bar.
He's way taller than the stool. The stool's at his waist.
Hang on. I got to move my mic to look at this.
The stool's at his waist. That guy's 5'3". That is a comic accurate Wolverine, and he looks ridiculous. He looks ridiculous. We have become so accustomed.
I will give you that that it's comic accurate sized. I will give you, but I will. I'm not going to die on the hill, but I would say that it looks ridiculous because it's Hugh Jackman CGI'd to look short. It's Uncanny Valley.
We have become accustomed to tall, cut Hugh Jackman over the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think audiences...
This is Hugh Jackman CGI'd to look short.
Yeah, but so I don't think audiences...
I think if you have
no,
even 5.5 foot, somebody who's shorter than the average actor, if you have Tom Cruise without lifts playing Wolverine, it's not going to look weird.
Yeah, it will. People won't buy it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think audiences would accept it
because it's not. I think you've got a little bit of Uncanny Valley going on there. Because it wasn't a very good CGI.
It was a pretty good CGI.
It was weird looking. And I don't think it's weird looking because he's short. I think it's weird looking because it's Hugh Jackman short. And we know Hugh Jackman's not that short.
Someone did one somewhere. Anyways. We also get the yellow and tan Wolverine suit. In the comic where he fights Hulk.
Yeah. That was
good.
Fun. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh man. Who gets
there? Someone did a rendering of Deadpool next to comic accurate height Wolverine, and there's no CGI to be done because he's got the cowl on, he's in the full he looks stupid. He looks stupid.
I don't think I mind that.
Really?
No.
He looks like a kid.
I don't. Let me see that.
He looks like a kid. He looks like he's 13.
I think. Okay, I'll give you that he looks younger than he would be. But I think if you even just added like half a foot there, it would look normal.
Well, sure, but then he's not comic book accurate anymore.
But he's still closer than a Hugh Jackman.
Right, but that's the whole point, is that comic accurate to the T, comic accurate Wolverine does not work on the screen.
Accurate anymore?
Probably not, because they were like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman's better. Well, and they've made him tall in the comics now.
Even like the original X-Men animated, I don't think he was that short.
Well, but that doesn't mean that's the cartoon. That's not comic accurate. And nobody has an issue with that. No, he's tall in the comics.
Yeah. The original comic, like, cartoon, he's the same size as...
Yeah, as he should be. Because it looks ridiculous when he's not. Anyways.
Moving on.
Doesn't matter. Oh, I'm excited to see this movie again.
In a good theater with
in a good
sound.
theater where I can just, engage.
Relax and enjoy.
Well, and there's something wonderful, too, about seeing a film, even though I just saw it a couple days ago, seeing it with someone who hasn't seen it yet. You get to relive a lot of that...
Freshness.
Yeah. 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 And Green Day made it into the film.
Did they?
Yeah. During the X-Men montage at the end, it's Time of Your Life by Green Day playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no Taylor Swift, Emily. Eat your heart out. Eat your freaking heart out. So where do you think this goes from here? Like...
Well, it definitely doesn't fix the MCU. If anything, it creates more problems because now we have anchor beings.
I think it may not fix the MCU, but I think what it does do is it does a lot of heavy lifting for people's perception of MCU films. Right? I think if...
That narratively they're not good?
I think with this and then... With this film coming out and so many people loving it, right? Like right now, this film on Rotten Tomatoes has an audience score of 97.
Yeah, it's doing very well on Rotten Tomatoes on both sides.
It's got a 79 on the tomato meter, which could be higher.
It's still high.
It's still high.
It's pretty much an 8.
Yeah, it's pretty much 80. I think with the success of this, if Captain America: Brave New World is good, I think people will feel like we're back on track.
Yeah.
I think
that's a lot of heavy lifting for Captain America: Brave New World. It's
got Red Hulk.
But it's not starting out on a great foot because it's preceded by Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was not horrible, but it was not great.
I rewatched it like 6 months ago. I liked it.
I liked it better on a second
watch.
I'm just saying it's not great. It's not what we had come to expect from the MCU. I say had because nobody expects it anymore.
So we've got that. Then we've got Thunderbolts, which I think will be great.
Yeah. Well, that'll be that again. I think that'll all be dependent on it will if Captain America does well, then it will do better.
Yeah.
Right.
I think right now the MCU realizes that they are in the course correction game.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Deadpool isn't going to help in that course correction, but it is so standalone from everything else MCU aside from poking fun that
and the inclusion of the TVA
and the TVA, sure. But like it's not close enough tied to really help a whole lot, I don't think.
Who were you surprised not to see? I was surprised not to see Patrick Stewart. I think we had pretty much considered him a lock.
Yeah. Did we do we did something where we kind of walked through.
Yeah.
We should have had that open.
We should have had that. I was pretty sure we were going to see him. I was surprised not to see Halle Berry because I thought that Instagram post was pretty damning.
That would be my biggest surprise, I think, is not seeing her.
Yeah.
I thought a Cyclops of some form would have been a lock.
Like James Marsden?
One of them.
Well, there's only been that one. Well, no, there was the kid one
two.
From,
because
he doesn't count.
Wolverine and him infamously butt heads.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Who else was I surprised not to see? There's a small part of me, not really surprised, but considering we're dealing with the TVA and the Void and stuff like that, I think a real argument could have been made. Like, you wouldn't have been out to lunch if you thought you might catch a glimpse of Owen Wilson or Tom Hiddleston.
I think Tom Hiddleston, Loki, was never going to show.
No?
Loki's in time and space holding everything together.
Yeah, but at what point in time? Right? Well, see, this is where it gets all screwy.
This is definitely after, because what's-her-name is now...
But time doesn't exist at the TVA. So what is after and what is before, right? This is where it gets so messy.
Yeah. But I think the way they've presented the TVA, this is definitely not a Kang TVA in any form.
You could have seen...
but
what's Ki Hu Kwan's character's name?
Oh, yeah. It's that...
The like fix-it guy, the handy guy.
Yeah. It's the...
Down in the basement.
It's a term for like a time...
He's not paradox. What is he?
It's a time, like, his name is based on a time paradox, though.
You're just staring at your phone but not typing anything.
I'm season 2. Give me the freaking people. Why aren't you telling me? Oh, it's because it searched release date instead of just Loki season 2. Cast. Here we go. Ouroboros.
Obi.
Yeah. I think Morbius would have been a really fun.
Mobius.
Yeah, Mobius. Yeah. A Miss Minutes would have been
Miss
really
Minutes.
Cool. Miss Minutes messing with
but wasn't she destroyed at the end of Loki season 2? Because she broke bad.
Yeah.
I can't remember how we resolved her.
I can't either.
Now, question. In the hideout.
Which one?
That the Fox universe characters were all in.
Okay, yeah.
There was a figure carved into the ceiling.
Oh.
Was that the Scarlet Witch?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the Scarlet Witch they were in like a cave that had the Scarlet Witch carved in the roof. So maybe it was a piece of that mountain that had been moved to the void.
Yeah, maybe.
Or something. Because I was like, holy shit, are we going to see Wanda?
Yeah. There were some blink and you miss it Easter eggs probably scattered all through.
Oh, I'm sure.
The most obvious ones were in the meeting room where he was interviewing to be an Avenger. Where you had the half-finished cap shield.
Yeah, you had the Tony helmet.
The Tony helmet that the kid was wearing, who's been revealed to have been Peter Parker.
That's not officially revealed.
It's post-interview stuff, like talking to the director after it came out, talking to actors after it came out. They say, "Oh yeah, that's who it's meant to be."
This is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Right. The kid
who's got the mask on. He puts his hand up when one of Whiplash's drones jumps in front of him.
And that's Tony official?
It's official in the capacity that people involved with the film have said it's official after the films come out. Was it official when they were writing? It happens in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, but where? Because a lot of Iron Man 2...
It happens at a Stark Expo.
Okay, which is in New York.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say...
It's never like, it's not... I would say it's not canon to the films. Like, it's never said in Iron Man 2. It's never said in any of the Spider-Mans. It's never said at any point in any of the films that this is Peter Parker Spider-Man. But I would say it's not even in the script that this is Peter Parker Spider-Man. I would say
apparently Tom Holland confirmed it.
I would say it's people involved in the MCU, writers, directors, actors. It's their headcanon that they've taken and turned him into something.
So apparently
it wasn't originally.
Kevin Feige confirmed to Tom Holland that's him.
Yeah. And I would say that's probably like was not originally.
It was not intended to be. No, definitely
it's
not.
It's become headcanon of Kevin Feige, and therefore
they're like, oh yeah, sure, it could be.
Like, what would you call it? Like side canon?
Yeah, there's like, well, there's no reason for it not to be.
It's something to give the actor to kind of chew on for getting into character. Oh, my character looks up to Tony this much that he's been going to Stark Expos since he was a kid.
Yeah, fair. Are we...
Spider-Man would have been a fun cameo, but that's a Sony thing.
And then you have to... Well, I guess he could be a variant.
But it's still a Sony. Sony owns Spider-Man on any
and I mean, no, like Marvel still...
Although...
Marvel could have used him, but it's like you only have so many Spider-Man uses.
That was a great, like... There was a great nod to Spider-Man because in the comics and other forms of media, Deadpool and Spider-Man have this amazing friendship relationship.
Yeah. There's no way Peter Parker would have shown up in this because they only have like, you have X many uses of him in your contracts.
Yeah.
And you're not going to waste one on this.
Although the thwipping in the car... in the Honda Odyssey, which is a great vehicle.
Yeah.
While they're having a little conversation is.
What do you like? You're working for Honda now? Like, what do you?
I've
not
owned,
a sponsor.
I've owned 2 Honda Odysseys, and they are awesome. And every time they bashed on the Honda Odyssey, I'm like, why? It is a great vehicle. It is built really well. My mechanic, anytime I've had a Honda Odyssey,
that's every Honda.
Anytime I've had a Honda Odyssey and there's been something he's had to work on, he's always like, oh yeah, Honda's made these real easy to fix. It's like, okay, cool.
Because they break a lot. Anyways, are we ready to give a score?
Sure. I don't know are we going to talk about something else?
I don't have any. I hit on all of my things. All right. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank Deadpool and Wolverine?
I think I would give it a 7.5.
Wow.
I feel like because walking out of the theater and talking with Tim about it, there was a lot I really enjoyed, but then there was like just things about the film that I was just like, man, like it felt this aspect, like the story felt really weak, especially compared to the last 2. The villain was extremely weak. Like it was not a compelling story, but it was a really fun experience.
Right. Okay.
So it is 7.5 for me.
Okay.
And what would you give it?
I would give it... Are you
going to rate it worse because of your experience?
No. I would give it an 8.5.
Okay.
With the caveat that I went in expecting it to be a 9.5. But some of that could be the experience. So I may want like a redux on my score after seeing it tomorrow.
I'll ask you next time we sit down to do a podcast.
Yeah, it may go up.
All right.
It may go up, but yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you watch?
I didn't get to watch a whole lot this past week.
Okay.
Continued my One Piece journey.
Yeah.
I sent you that little
video. Yeah.
There's a lot of One Piece there.
Yeah.
Anyway, been enjoying
it. Explain for the listener what you're talking about.
Oh, so I sent Brady, what would you call it? It was a TikTok no, it wasn't a TikTok. It was
like a reel.
It was a reel, yeah. That kind of had this it kind of panned from left to right with different images side by side, and underneath each image was kind of a scene from a story arc or what would be a season, I guess, in One Piece. And underneath that image said what the story arc was called, and then how many hours it would take you to get through that story arc, and some of them were short, like a couple of hours, and some of them
one's like 45 minutes.
And some of them
are 15 hours,
are really long, like 15, 20 hours. Yeah. So, yeah.
Is there a total at the end?
I can't remember, but so I'm continuing that, and then family movie night was my pick.
Oh,
and
something dumb then.
And
sorry,
it's gotten to like it was a little bit like this with my daughter, where when it wasn't her pick, when it was my wife's or my pick, she'd be like, "Can we watch something like this? Can we watch that? Can you pick this?" And it's like, no, it's my pick. I'll pick what I want to pick. But now my middle boy, my 3.5, I don't know, he'd be 3 years old. His birthday wasn't that far ago. My 3-year-old is old enough that he's really enjoying movie nights, and he's getting in on the game.
Okay.
And he's like, "Can we watch dinosaurs? I want to watch the dinosaurs."
Yeah, he's got a dinosaur, because you guys watched
We watched dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for kind of like his pick a week or two back. And we ended up watching Pete's Dragon.
The new one or the original?
The live action.
They're both live action. The new one or the original?
It's the original live action?
Yeah, only the
dinosaur.
dinosaur is a cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never seen it.
Huh.
He's putting it on the list, people. While you're at it, put Blade 1 through 3.
I'm not adding anything to your side of the list. I'm adding Pete's Dragon, and I'm adding Showgirls.
So yeah, we watched Pete's Dragon. And
I haven't seen the new one, but I love the original.
I haven't seen the original. This would be my second viewing of this. This, I guess, would be the remake. And having not watched the original, I enjoy both viewings of this one. I think it was fun, heartwarming, had some funny moments. They animated the dragon to be very kind of puppy dog like,
right?
Which was a lot of fun. Kind of the way it acts is very kind of much like a puppy dog. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
You're falling behind on this list.
Am I?
Yeah, there's movies we've watched that you haven't adjusted the color of.
Oh, well, I got better things to do.
Have you updated the scores?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the scores as we do them. What did you watch?
More House.
Hoose?
Some
Hoose?
I think that's it.
It's nothing like watching a drug addict doctor to get you going in the morning.
Hey, he's drug encouraged. He's drug encouraged. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah. You don't like the movies I have you watch, eh? Looking at this list.
Well, it's all horror. And to be fair, the Annabelle films haven't been great.
No, they've been... Well, you gave the last one a 7.
I guess. Yeah, the last one was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed down below. We have a Patreon page where for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show, get some fun perks in return, including an upcoming video where Carl, myself, and Peter sit down and eat 10 different spicy wings.
Oh, boy.
In increasing intensity. What I can tell you is that a jalapeno pepper ranges from 6,000 to 8,000 units on what is called the Scoville scale.
I like me a good jalapeno pepper.
Which is a score used to determine the heat of something. The hottest sauce that all three of us will be eating is 2.76 million units.
That's not that much more. It's
on
just
that
a few zeros.
That's zero's worthless. There's no value in a zero.
There's a few more zeros on top of the jalapeno pepper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what difference does it make, right?
Yeah.
Zero is zero. You add as many zeros as you want. Nothing happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, good Lord. And we have merch.
Yeah, if you play baseball, you could name your team the Movie Men Podcast and then buy a bunch of baseball tees like the one I'm wearing. See, everybody look at my t-shirt.
Although doesn't that normally, like if the Movie Men Podcast is on your baseball teams, we're not sponsoring any baseball games.
No, I'm just saying it'd be a quick and easy way for them to all
the name's
wear the
there,
same
the jersey's
uniform.
done.
Yeah.
You just got to order them.
Yeah, you'd look like a team.
Yeah,
You could be the. We're not helping you out in any way. Pete will come out and cheer you on. He likes baseball.
And available in different colors, which means even if the team that you're playing against also have the same idea, just different.
You gotta have home and away jerseys.
The reds and the blues.
You gotta have home and away jerseys. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Somebody start a baseball team and don't invite us to play because I don't want to play baseball.
I want to play baseball.
Okay, invite Brady to play.